Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now July 10th of 2022, and over 2 weeks ago, we got the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series finale that left a lot of fans very confused as to exactly what Joby Harold and Deborah Chow were really thinking with the Kenobi TV series and their creative decisions on the show, and how at times it really came off as very repetitive and very just out of touch with Star Wars at times. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that they really are trying to go into damage control mode. They really are beginning to panic over what happened with the Kenobi series. They're getting very afraid about the fandom and what they're gonna look at Star Wars in the future when it comes to other TV shows out there because of what happened with Kenobi. Honestly, if I really have to be straightforward right now, I don't think that this equals to what the future of Star Wars is gonna look like, because let's not forget, Jon and Dave were not involved in the Kenobi TV series, and the major reason as to why Book of Boba was a little off is because Robert Rodriguez had a lot of creative pull over Jon and Dave in many different episodes of that series, because he was an executive producer, so let's not forget about that. But everything related to The Mandalorian, the Ahsoka Tano series, everything is looking pretty damn amazing so far. And looking at what's been going on right now behind the scenes over at Disney and Lucasfilm involving the character of Reva could very well show a light at the end of the tunnel of more genuine intentions being made by Disney executives, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and others out there. So, with that being said, of course, what's even all the more exciting about this is that with Disney already beginning to work on a second season for Kenobi that will involve creators like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, as well as George Lucas helping out on the side, as well as Stuart Beattie, who is in the talks to write some of the episodes, the original writer of the Kenobi movie trilogy, by the way. As of now, Disney executives have a big plan to fix some of the mistakes with the character of Reva that will serve as big retcons for the character. As of now, Disney executives are moving forward with creating retcons for the character Reva by Moses Ingram that will be done in Kenobi Season 2 by the very end of 2024 if they get things done on schedule. Now, though Reva will not be in Season 2 specifically and physically, Disney is going to use other characters to mention the character by name, and how this alone is going to be used for character dialogue to retcon and reset some of the backstory of Reva, as well as some of the creative decisions and choices that were made in the current canon of Obi-Wan Kenobi by Deborah and Joby. It's described that, of course, right now, Disney is creating a specific reason as to why Darth Vader let Reva live in the Kenobi series, and that both Favreau and Filoni are working on an expert plan that is going to make sense to the audience as to why Vader let Reva live. Now, it's currently unclear what tricks both Filoni and Favreau have up their sleeve, but a retcon and change in the character of Reva is now put into place. Another thing that will be drastically changed in the canon will have to do with altering Reva's backstory for the audience. Lucasfilm is set to drastically change Reva's backstory that will be all explained by another character that is planned to join the Kenobi series' second season, that knew Reva on the night of Order 66 and survived as one of the younglings. Given that Reva will not appear in Season 2, they are using other characters' dialogue to change her backstory, including the returning Inquisitors that will dive into herself as the third sister as well. Now, both Favreau and Filoni are well aware that this will most likely come across as damage control to many fans, but they are genuinely interested in creating more logic with the character of Reva in the series. Now, let me just, pause here for a second before I move on. Now, the thing about Jon and Dave is that they really want to make sure that this character can be a little bit more grounded and a little bit more in touch with Star Wars, even though Reva will not be in the series. She's not going to be in there physically. There's no cameos, no flashbacks, anything like that. But there are going to be a lot of retcons in there, a lot of changes to the character as to, number one, exactly why Vader let Reva live, and also exactly Reva's backstory being completely altered by Jon and Dave using different characters' dialogue. So for a big example here, it's very likely that Darth Vader could very well talk about Reva and why he let her live while talking to the Grand Inquisitor. We could get something very much like that. Who knows, maybe Vader did something, that we don't really know about just yet that was not intended, that Jon and Dave are going to fix now, which basically is what they are doing. So, forward from all of this, we already know that Jon and Dave really want to make sure that everything moving forward that's not Kathleen Kennedy related is going to stay on track with George Lucas's vision. They want to absolutely make sure that Star Wars is going to thrive and survive and really take advantage of the original vision by George Lucas, the philosophy of Star Wars, and exactly, what it stands for. It's not just a movie franchise, or in this scenario, a television series, but it really is more than that. There's something grounded about Star Wars because of how it takes a lot of things from mythology and real-world history and throws it into this amazing universe. So, moving forward, Disney executives are said to have been the ones that initiated this plan to change the character Reva in a significant way. Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy is, however, at no surprise, demanding this to go no further. However, executives are ignoring her demands right now as they know the character needs fixing. Additionally, Moses Ingram behind the scenes is said to have not approved this plan by Disney and is not so happy about the way things are moving forward with her character, and has also been very annoyed over the fact that her lightsaber merchandise is not being backed by fans. Moses Ingram is still very angry over the fact that her spin-off show was cancelled prematurely by Disney after witnessing the Kenobi backlash by fans, and is blaming Disney for giving into the fans that she calls the minority in her eyes, and just very loud, opinionated fans of Star Wars. Jon and Dave are said to be already working on the retelling of Reva's story as we speak. Now, the thing about this that I think a lot of fans need to be very well aware of is that Reva as a character had some moments. I will be honest with you guys. She had some moments where I said to myself, okay, that's pretty decent acting, that's a pretty good point in the Star Wars lore, but for the most part, I just did not like the character of Reva. To each his own, right? Some people like her, some people don't really like her, but there's no denying the fact that a large chunk of the fandom did not support this character. There's a lot of mishaps going on right now by Disney with the merchandise for Reva's lightsaber not being backed by fans. A lot of fans are not supporting the development of the Reva lightsaber merchandise, and it's just giving Disney a wake-up call that fans really do not care about the character of Reva. And when you create a lightsaber that's merchandise for Reva, it makes you question, where's the Grand Inquisitors? Where's the Fifth Brother's lightsaber? Where's Fourth Sister's lightsaber merchandise? No, it's not existent. They want to just focus on Reva from what it seems. And that's where the fault comes into play. I think that everything needs to be treated equally, and that's why a lot of fans were a little enraged, Did we get all that action for Grand Inquisitor? Not that much. Did we get all that much action for Fourth and Fifth, Sister and Brother? Not really. It was basically all Reva, and it really just did not make much sense to me as a fan. So, overall, guys, let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.